The Las Vegas Raiders are a team that I think most people would consider to be one of the worst, if not the worst team in the league over the last few years. Obviously helps defend that statement with the #1 overall pick in this upcoming 2026 NFL Draft. Another one of those teams that has not won a playoff game in a while. They have not won a playoff game since their Super Bowl losing season in 2002. The craziest part, though, is a team that has really looked for a quarterback for a while now, since really Derek Carr, hasn't drafted a quarterback in the first round since Jamarcus Russell. Obviously, everyone knows that name. And this is obviously going to be the year that, unless a crazy trade comes in, they will break that kind of nearly 20-year trend. I will say, I feel like the Raiders over the last few seasons, especially in the first round, have definitely changed their trajectory a little bit in their draft sense, that they just don't care the position at this point. They're going to take the best player available. Of course, in this case, the quarterback position kind of fits that bill, but more importantly, it's not an opportunity they've had over the last few years. They've been one of the worst teams, but they haven't exactly been in the best place to draft a guy. No matter what the roster looks like, I think it is time to bring in a guy you think could be the franchise, obviously in Fernando Mendoza. As far as what the current roster looks like, though, yes, it is rough. They need weapons. Brock Bowers is by far their best weapon on offense. Running back, tight end, wide receiver-wise, doesn't matter. And then they have Genty, who, it's hard to judge the guy because this guy is getting met at the line and behind the line of scrimmage damn near every play. This is graded as one of the worst, if not the very worst, by a few sites. I think ESPN, or maybe it was Pro Football Focus, I can't remember, grades them as literally the worst offensive line in the league. You've got like one guy, and that's it. Of course, Geno Smith. Yeah, that trade just never made sense. It just never did. Like, I get it. You're supposed to want to win games no matter what the status of the roster looks like, but just, it didn't make any sense long-term at all. I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. Then you move on to the defensive side of the ball where there's really not much more going on here. You know, you love Max Crosby, obviously. Almost every team in the NFL, their fans, hypothetical trade for this guy every single time. I don't see it. I don't think the Raiders are going to let him go. Doesn't he have a Raiders tattoo? I'm pretty sure. And then Jeremy Chin. Those are like your two playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. And that's like basically it. Like, there might be another name or two, but that's pretty much it. If you've got Eric Stokes as your quote-unquote starting cornerback, you have got problems. And that's kind of saying something because Eric Stokes actually wasn't terrible. He actually wasn't terrible, but it's still just, it's one of those things where it's like, it's still not great. It is still like, okay, how did we let this team get this depleted? They have just not hit in the draft, right? They've hit their last 2 first-round picks, arguably. We'll see what happens with Genty. If they actually get an offensive line, you know, again, look what happened with Josh Jacobs. You know, just could do nothing with them, and then, you know, goes to Green Bay. Did have a rough season this year, but bad running, you know, run blocking, just like he had with the Raiders. But, yeah, it does exemplify the whole, well, it doesn't matter how good of a running back you have if you have no blocking, you know? So, I will say, while they hit 2 kind of home run, can't miss type players, maybe they should have traded back. But either way, this is a team that a lot can change with one quarterback. But yes, we will need a lot of work to fill out the rest. You're talking 4 offensive linemen, 1 or 2 wide receivers. Defensively, you need 2 linebackers, an edge rusher, 2 to 3 DTs, a corner or 2, a safety or 2. It's like 95% of the roster will have to be fixing up here. But yeah, that's all there really needs to be said. We've got a lot of work to do. And of course, if you guys end up enjoying this video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification all so you know when the next upload is up. Follow me on Jeromepkr, second channel PKR Plays around Madden content. And the biggest thing you do is let me know in the comments section below which team we should rebuild next, and who are your dream draft picks if you're a Raiders fan. Do you want Mendoza? Do you want to trade back to try and just get a crazy haul? If you want Mendoza, who do you want in the next couple of rounds? I'm assuming a wide receiver or 2, right? Either way, let's hop on into this one where, hey, finally, we get to start at this point later on. It's not week 16 anymore. Hooray! The EA has the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, and let's see if we have any retirements. I mean, there's a couple old guys in this team. Landon Roberts, Raheem Mostert, and Tyler Lockett. Okay, that's not exactly my favorite to see. Let's take a look if we have any dev-ups. I highly doubt it. Absolutely highly doubt it. Yeah, it doesn't look super promising there. Defensively, anybody? Palamau, I suppose, I think went up in Dev, right? Maybe Devin White, but I mean, even Palamau, there's really not a whole lot of development there. So, yeah, this is going to be a long one. This is going to be a tough one. As for the mock draft, this is how they have things going. Mendoza 1, Ty Simpson 2, Bailey 3, Ruben Bain 4, and Reese 5. I mean, that seems legit to me. Reese is probably going 3, but fair enough. Browns at the running back, that would be a kind of a sell, I can't lie. That'd actually be a pretty big sell. They really do not need running back. But anyways, the negotiations, I mean, I think you have no choice but to re-sign Stokes. You have all this money and pretty much no talent. If I'm him, I'm asking for maybe a little bit more, perhaps. I mean, you kind of have a little bit of a resurgence in your career. I'm not saying be thankful, but just be like, hey, we signed this contract and we're set, you know? You really should be set already, but you're super set. You can get one more contract. What else do we have? Parham, I mean, I guess... Again, it's not a good offensive line, but we don't have the draft capital to fix the entire team. So some of these really bad players need to stick around, unfortunately. And here we are in free agency with a vastly different look than I was expecting. I was not expecting this much talent. There is actually some players here. And this is kind of a ripe for the picking situation. I mean, there's a lot of guys here that I could see this team going for. I think we might have to go a little crazy here. I think we have maybe no choice but to just go buck wild. All right, we have offered some bags. Let's see how many of these guys we get. All 5 are gone. 3 of them. So, Wan'Dale Robinson was by far the #1 guy I wanted. Everyone else, I don't care. They can all leave. Cam Taylor-Bright, not a bad contract either. And then Joey Bosa was the second biggest for me. Cannot believe we didn't get Leo Chanel. That was obviously a big one I wanted, but it is what it is. And then, unfortunately, Aquanu goes as well. But there's still a couple potential players that we might be on the hook for. Brisker's still open market at the moment. I don't think we're going to get him because we're going to go 3-year. But I guess we'll try to get him. I mean, it doesn't really seem like a scheme fit when we already have Chin there, but we'll just have to make it work. A good player is a good player. We'll just have to make it work, I suppose. We're going to have our edge. Really disappointed in the O-line situation, but we'll go for McKivitz. The reason why I didn't go for him in the first cycle is because he's so interested in our team that it feels like it's a guarantee to get him. So, you know, maybe we sell by not actually ending up with him, but as of right now, I like our odds. And again, we're just so needy of players that I'm just going to sign everybody that I can. I don't really care. We have no choice. I don't care how much money we're spending here, especially since we're going to have a quarterback on a rookie contract. We do not get Brisker, which is fine, but we do get the 2 linemen, McKivitz and John Simpson. So we're trying to make sure that Mendoza's, parachute isn't getting cut from his back. We're trying to get a little bit of a soft landing. We are officially in the draft with pick #1 overall, and I obviously think there's only one route to go. Fernando Mendoza. Why don't you bring us a championship? How about that? #1 overall, here he goes. The quote-unquote hopeful future of the Las Vegas Raiders. A man who doesn't love to swear, but he is going to a place that has quite worse than that at times. Just don't step outside at night. How about that? How about you just stay inside, play the footballs? All right, do that. Just do that for us. Don't get distracted. Let's have a historic franchise turnaround. Of course, in this class, 75 true talent, hidden development trait, 89 throw power, 82 speed, 84 acceleration. Not the strongest quarterback class in the world, so yeah, if the Raiders want QB, pick 1 is where you gotta go. That's where it needs to be. We are going to slow sim from here, though, because there has been a couple of times where I've seen guys like even Malachi Lemon fall to the 2nd round. Even though we have, Wan'Dale Robinson now, and I would love to develop Dante Thornton, if there's a wide receiver like that sitting there in the 2nd round, yeah, I'm probably going to make that play. Oh, wow. Malachi Lemon actually goes 5 in this one. Did we have him at like 20-something in the last rebuild we did? I mean, it's good. I like to see that, the class is kind of falling a little bit more realistically here. All it just takes is you got to get QB taken 1 overall, and it seems like the draft actually kind of starts falling more realistically. Like, I don't hate where like any of these players are going so far, so fair enough. We trade 2 players, a 2nd, a 4th, a 5th, and a 6th 2 years from now to move up to 23, and this is a really tough one for me because You have Carnell Tate, who should probably be gone a lot sooner than this, just sitting there, wanting to be drafted. I don't know how you pass on someone like that, but you have the more realistic selection in TJ Parker. The problem is I don't need him right now. And I also think he probably will climb up the board a little bit. This is a tough one. I get Carnell Tate's probably not the most realistic pick here, but that's not our job. Our job is to play how the board falls. I'm taking Carnell Tate. This is the move. True talent 10, hidden development trait. Got ourselves a big body wide receiver. Got ourselves a potential franchise quarterback. You know, things are looking up in Vegas. We'll say that we probably could have went Nick Harbor and then just, got ourselves a speedy wide receiver. Could you imagine him and Dante developing together? Also realize saying his name together is, it's interesting. It's interesting. Oh, do we do the thing? Do we do the thing? Do we grab Harold Perkins and put him at safety? That would be super fun. We could use a linebacker in general as well. I think Harold Perkins, the versatility's there to just play him wherever the hell we want. So, yeah, we'll see where we want to play him. I'm thinking free safety. Crazy to think. Or maybe put Chin at free safety and put Perkins at strong. I think it makes a little more sense. But, I mean, athletically wise, Perkins can play free safety. Just saying. How about just don't be an absolute freak of nature and we won't have the opportunity to play where we want. Blake Miller, we do this move every once in a while. He's hidden development trait. One of the rare hidden development trait linemen in these user classes. So, we'll take him. I don't think we have done a perfect job here today, but I think we have done a safer job than most of our latest rebuilds. And again, I think that's on brand with this Raiders team as of late. So I don't hate where we have gone. Do you want to add more? Could go edge rusher. Givens, very interesting. Cornerback wouldn't hurt. Husky. This is a tough one. And screw it, we're going to take Kelby Givens. That is the move we're making. 118 true talent, normal development traits, slow, but some depth at edge. You know, Bosa's not going to live forever. I'll look at the Jaguars and Patriots with a bunch of draft picks. And then with the next pick, we're going to take Logan Kopp. I want someone a little more athletic than Barton, so 117 true, linebacker, potential starter, because, I mean, we've already got a bunch of low 70, high 60 starting anyways that are older, so might be the play. Would have loved to do a little more for the O-line, but at least we did something in free agency to kind of make it a little easier. And then do we go Hardaway? B-man coverage? Tall? Someone new? Why not? Why not? 161 true talent, normal development trait, but there's some development there potentially. We had draft recap. I think we did a good job the first few rounds at least. I mean, later on it gets a little bit tougher. You know, there's a little bit less talent, but there you go. 73 overall for the QB. Tate. 78 overall, all the way down to 23. We're just going to say he killed someone right before the draft. He just murdered him. There's not even any beating around the bush. He committed cold-blooded murder, but the judge loved his play so much, they said, you know what? Just don't do it again, buddy. Just don't do it. We're going to send you to the Raiders as punishment. Don't do it again, buddy. How about that? Boom. There you go. Story crafted. Looking at Carnell Tate, though, yeah, I mean, he's going to be... kind of the premier guy in this team. Wan'Dale Robinson might have a higher overall for a little bit, but not for long. Start development trade for Tate. I would have loved the Lemon at 23. Of course, Perkins, kind of a wasted opportunity potentially, not having him as an edge rusher or as an off-ball linebacker, but you know what? His overall doesn't change much when he goes to safety. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that that's the possibilities with him. Need a free safety pretty badly, so that's where we're going to play him. What else do we have? Miller, I guess to be fair, maybe you're new to the rebuilds. Maybe you've never seen him before. As much as we've seen Miller a few times now, we now have two Millers playing tackle, potentially. Who is our right tackle right now? Glaze? Is it Blaze? Glaze? I don't know. Givens? 70 overall. I mean, you could start him and develop him. That finesse is pretty good, but we probably aren't right away, at least. Kopp. He'll be one of our starters just because he has a little bit of potential of that youth. 23 is not my favorite age, but it is what it is. And then Hardaway. Maybe our corner 2 with Stokes at 3. Makes more sense in the slot, potentially. Either way, I mean, it's a strong draft class. All right, here is the team for season number 1. The offensive line is all over the place, right? Our left guard is now a center, and our right tackle is now a left guard. Wide receivers, Wan'Dale Robinson. one training camp year, and he goes up to an 86 overall. Look at those upgrades. Yeah, totally worth the contract. 3 or 60 is going to be on par for, the kind of player he'll be for us. Mendoza goes up to a 76 overall with some field general upgrades. Already insane medium and short accuracy. Really, really good stuff there. And then we move on to the defensive side of the ball where, man, are we glad that we got Joey Bosa, because this edge room looks really good. DTs are iffy, but we're just hoping these two edge guys can just kill it for us. Of course, we did we increased improved the DB room a little bit. Free safety looks promising. Corner one, maybe we need to develop him a little bit more, but potential. There's potential. Either way, let's see what we do with this Seattle offense with brand new offensive skill position players. We got that Seattle offense. All right, contracts. Jeremy Chin, I don't know. Bosa, if he's playing well, we'll definitely keep him around. Which, through a few weeks, 2.5 sacks, not bad. He looks like he might finish with 8. We'll definitely pay him for another year. He'll be fine. Boom, 1 year, 27. There you go. So Edge is not looking too bad. Tucker might get a contract. We'll see how he plays. Mayer's probably gone. McKivit's probably gone. And then you got Bowers coming up. But I would do a 2-year, 22 for Chin. There you go. I mean, it's a little high, right? He wanted like a 3 or 26 or something like that, but that's fine. Oh, look, Genty's an X Factor. We'll take that. Wait, what the hell is this? Look at this bugged crap. We had ourselves a decent season. I don't know if it's a playoff season one, though. I think we might be a game behind. I think we need like a win or two more that we can't get because it's the final week. Let's see, though. Let's see. It doesn't matter. We finished with 2 straight losses. We finished as the 11th seed. Still a vast improvement, obviously, right? Way better. Nowhere near the first overall pick. Really good start to the season. Then, the second half of the season, a bunch of losses in there. And, yeah, we lost more games than we won. And that is the reason why we're not in the playoffs. Looking at the offensive performance, Mendoza, that's a great rookie year. 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 14 picks. Genty had a great year as well. And then the receivers, a bunch of group effort situations. Both the wide receivers, number 1 and 2 with 9 touchdowns, a little over 900 yards. Bowers, definitely a down year. Hopefully that does not continue to be a trend. Both Millers giving up the most sacks on the team. Colin at least has a reason to. And look at the pass rush. Crosby, 22 sacks, 10.5 for Bosa, and then 8 for Hurst. Welcome back. Interceptions, pretty low as usual. And then Carlson, he just keeps trending downwards. AJ Cole right at 50 yards per punt, which is crazy to hit right on the dot. Look at the offensive yards, though. Number 10, so definitely an improvement for sure. MVP goes to Joe Burrow. See that all the time now. Max Crosby wins Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, we would have had number 3 and number 7, but still no actual win defensively. Cop at number 8. As far as awards go in general, outside of Crosby, we will land at none of them. But either way, I still think it was a great season. I am happy with what happened. Would love to see the playoffs, but that's fine. I think if you can do that already, the turnaround is crazy. And the potential to make the playoffs as soon as next season is very high, even in this division/conference. Winner of the Super Bowl is the Cowboys. So, we're doing a rebuild. Let's take a look at the lineup, though. As Genty, we know he's an X Factor. No dev up for Robinson or Tate, but both the guys are pretty good overall, right? Mendoza's an 86. Tate is an 85. I mean, those are good seasons. Both guys were pretty good. Number 80, I can't believe we actually stuck with that, but there's Mendoza, 86 overall. He's already insanely accurate, and I actually lowered the XP sliders to 110 for QB. You probably should just keep it at base. Miller goes in his 78 overall. Powers Johnson to 82. And then defensively, what? Bosa retired at 32? I thought he would have been around for another year or two. I really thought we were chilling. That changes a lot. That changes so much. Wow. I really hope there's an edge rusher there. Fifth year option for Bowers is pretty no-brainer to me. I can't believe that. Tucker will do a 2-year 18. I genuinely can't believe Bosa's gone. 32 years old and he just leaves. Oh my, McKivitz, he actually was pretty good for us. We'll give him another year. And we're going to need an edge rusher, unfortunately. I doubt we're going to find one in free agency either. And looking at free agency, I don't know if I see Quentin Williams ever being let go, but that is not my problem. I also didn't really believe that Parsons was going to get traded from Dallas in the first place either, especially Green Bay, team that they've kind of had a mini rivalry with lately. But yeah, that happened. So I'm going to let anything fly, especially since he is 29, almost 30 years old. It's kind of, the prime these days, especially for defensive linemen, but still, he's not the youngest guy in the world anymore. That's a fair statement to say. It's also fair to say that we are absolutely cooked at edge now. Dude, imagine Quentin Williams, Bosa, and Crosby together. Not that we're even guaranteed to get Quentin Williams anyways, but we're going to try at least. That sucks. Could go Herbig, but I don't know. 25 years old already. We have a decent draft pick coming up. We should be able to land an edge rusher, so we're just going to hope that we land someone in the draft and they're, young and developable, I suppose. But yeah, really, I think we're only going for one player here. Maybe you can argue Tranquill's worth it. How much does he want? 1 year? We'll do a 1 year, see if we get him. But those are really just the two players we're going to go for. Two defenders, decent overalls. Let's see if we can get them. And we do! Usually when you go for, a player and they're like the same, bar of interest, we lose out. I don't know if it's just because we're a lower overall and they feel bad for us, but Quentin Williams on the Raiders now and Tranquill. Not bad, especially Quentin Williams. All right, with the draft with pick 14, we have a few needs still, but none bigger than the edge position. Let's take a look at edge, speaking of which, I did have Mallard. Didn't really fully scout him because I don't like him as much as these other two. Mr. Sam Patterson, a finesse move for 740. And then Mr. McBride, Calvin McBride, a power move. Pretty athletic, good strength. So, any one of those three sounds good to me. So, we're going to be slow simming down. Jets with 3 first-round picks. Can't believe we failed that Jets rebuild, by the way. We did a challenge rebuild that we failed with all those extra draft picks. So far, so good at the edge position, though. Again, that is hands down number one. Oh, no. Oh, no. McBride already gone. How much do I really like Mallard? Yeah, he's not fast. You get a Bosa type. A little bit bigger, I suppose. Not as prototypical size. But, yeah, he's good enough. Oh, my. Got to trade up for the guy I didn't want the most with the Eagles. We have no choice. This is the guy... The guy wanted the least of the three. Oh, man. Let's see it. Let's see what it costs us. It costs us a third-round pick. Okay, it won't be too much. Should easily knock this out. Might be a 5th next year. No 6th already. You want a player? I'll give you a player. Boom. Easy clap. Get ourselves an edge rusher. Might trade up for a corner as well. We'll see. But for right now, that center obviously looks good too. The pick is in. Is it Dalen Mallard. He looks pretty good. Just, he's not the fastest guy in the world. Just be hidden. I'll be happy. That's a good pick. 78 speed isn't the best, but 90 strength, 84 XL. Maybe they expect him to put on some weight and play DT, but not for us. He is our edge rusher. We're hoping he cooks. We're also hoping Max Crosby doesn't retire. I've seen him retire very quickly. I don't need that in my life, please. As far as corner goes, we have Elijah Bright. That man coverage is worse than I thought it was. Not the fastest in the world either. And then another guy I did have was Bynes, who looked pretty good too. Similar in style. I think I'm willing to take either of them because we are desperate. Again, it's never going to be a perfect situation, but got to get as good of a player as you can. And those two guys look good enough, I think, to try and develop long term. There you go. 2nd and a 5th with these two players to move up. Bynes was taken by the Falcons, which means we are left with Elijah Bright. The guy I did not want as much, but 2 to 3, 73 overall hidden. I would be absolutely okay with that. 53 true talent. And he is hidden. There you go. Not bad. 90 speed's fine. Good draft pick. That works. That absolutely works. Two guys that, we liked least of all, but they both ended up being hidden. You never know. They might have been the better of the bunch in terms of what we had choices of. O-line, I really don't want to go this high for Tatum, and I really have some DTs here. We're going to have no choice but to trade down. We have no choice. Buffalo's giving me a late 3rd. We're getting a late 4th after that. This could go a long way with that trade down. And hell no, who knows? Maybe the guard's still there, which he is. Mr. Tyson Tatum, day 3. Welcome to the team. 55 true talent, another hidden dev. And then from here, obviously, we're going to go to the 4th round. Probably make some trade downs because we need those DTs and that lineman. We need to make it all happen. What can we do here? So DT, we have Hendricks. Yeah, we got a smaller dude to play that spot too. We obviously have Quentin Williams. So the team is looking good, let me tell you. Let's try to turn this into 2/5, maybe 2/6, whatever we can do. Try to get an extra 6th-round pick. Couldn't. We trade down with the Rams. We move, a whole round. We gain an extra 6th-round pick. Might start taking some players. We'll see. We'll see. You pretty much get away with most of these players into the 6th round. But I do need DT the most, and Hendricks is the one that fits the bill for what we're trying to get, which is, a pass rushing defensive tackle. So Dorian Hendricks, 57 true talent. And another hidden dev. I mean, none of these positions absolutely shocks me that they're hidden. I thought there was a good chance the edge rusher would have been normal development trade. Decent chance the corner would have been normal development trade. But the other guys, I expected a very good chance. O-line, obviously, I'm expecting hidden dev. And then DT, a lot of times they are hidden. As far as Mason Bennett goes. And then we go in normal dev. Okay, well, say what you will, but that was unexpected. Personally, I thought we were going to land another hidden dev. O-line. O-line's at one position. Ooh, Weber. Nice hidden dev. But O-line's at one position where I expect to have star plus. And didn't happen there, unfortunate. I'm not even sure how many starting spots we have for the team, but we got at least one coming in at least. And no favorites, so we'll see what we need. Kicker, punter, fullback, long snapper, all that. We do have the need for a long snapper, so Oscar Batista, 91 true talent, normal development trait. And that'll finish our draft class. Didn't get every position. Would have loved a safety because Jeremy Chin's not getting any younger, and would have loved to do a little bit better on the O-line and maybe a linebacker or two, but it is what it is. We got Drew Tranquil as well. It'll be fine. Looking at edge, though, Dalen Mallard. Not the best in block shed, not the best in speed, but that power move looks pretty good to me. That's all I've got to say about that. What's the dev looking like these days? Star dev. I really thought there was a chance he would be X Factor. A lot of the slower edge rushers, that's where the X Factors kind of hide around. Elijah Bright, 74 overall. Yeah, insanely raw. I don't know if that man coverage is ever going to go up because of the way the AI goes with prototypes. Or archetypes anyways, not prototypes. Dev, though? Damn, I really was hoping one of these guys would be superstar, especially the corner, because he is, the move that I was a little more concerned with. Tatum, I don't know which position it is that we need on the O-line, but he'll start somewhere, I imagine. And then here's Hendricks, who automatically starts by default. Looks pretty promising as a young speed rusher. Almost guaranteed to be star dev, but you never know, and he is star. It's the one position where if they're hidden dev, I'm pretty confident. Okay, I guess we just don't have room. Guess number 67 it is. And then that's kind of it. Let's take a look at the rest of the squad, though. See who we could have had. So, of course, McBride was up there on the list. Normal dev, though. In fairness to us. And then, of course, Patterson, 77 overall, hidden development trade. That was arguably the prize, and he looks really good. Fast, 83 finesse move. Dev of... Oh, no. One pick in front of us, and he's like a generational player, and our guy is good, but not guaranteed a damn thing. That's tough. Still, could have been worse. Could have had McBride at 4-5 overall. We'll take the trade-off. All right, here's the team for season number 2. We had a pretty good year 1, can't lie. Of course, looking at the offensive line, there are some older players starting, center and right tackle specifically, that are not the highest of overalls, but Tatum in the future, Tatum could be our center. And we just need a right tackle at that point. Skill positions, I think, are fine. Wandale's up to an 89 with the training camp focus. Defensively, Tranquil, definitely need to replace him. Probably need to replace Kopp. But for now, serviceable enough. Defensive line looks pretty good. Mallard has a lot of potential. Really just maybe need another corner. Of course, Taylor Britt with the training camp. He goes up a little bit. So, at the end of the day, it's not an amazing team. But I think we turned it around a lot quicker than I was expecting to. And with an 8-9 season last season... maybe we sneak into the playoffs. You never know. Well, I gotta say, the team has played a lot better than I thought they were going to. They are killing it right now. 5-year 80 for Powers Johnson. Yeah, not a bad contract at all. The rest of the guys, players we don't really necessarily need, or they're just so old they're going to regress into nothingness. A lot of money, and, it's because that rookie contract for Mendoza. This team is looking good. So this was a surprising season. I kind of thought maybe we'd make the playoffs as, 8-9 last year. A better team this year. Overalls went up from last season as well, but we did a little bit better than that. We made the playoffs and have the bye week. Thankfully, it was a pretty weak conference. I can't believe how weak it was, but I'll show you. That is the way I wanted to do it first. Show you guys we didn't do anything crazy to make all the other teams lose or something like that. It's just really weak AFC for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but you can see, final few weeks, nothing happened. Wrong thing. Take a look at our season. 7-0. That was the start we had. 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Lost one, then won another 3. Not the best finish, though. We lost 4 of the last 6. Definitely not our best finish, but a bye week nonetheless. Fernando Mendoza, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, just under 4,000 yards. Genty, pretty good. Touchdowns are a little low overall for the team. Wandale was great, could go to Superstar. Tucker over Tate. That's crazy work. Scheme not really doing super well for the 2 wide receivers. And then we look at the edge, the D-line, if you will. Mallard, not bad. 7.5 is fine for a rookie. Crosby with 10.5 is okay. But Williams with 15.5 sacks. Talk about worth every penny. Should have offered him more than a 2-year deal. Picks were okay. Kicking was, I don't know why we still have Carlson. He's just looking bad. Cole's been great, as he always is. Go to the season awards. What do we get? Joe Burrow is the MVP. Do we get D-line with our fella? Mallard, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's a superstar. Wandale, best wide receiver. Okay, so we have guaranteed dev-ups. We have guaranteed divisional round in year 2. Can you ask for much better than that? You probably could, but that would be greedy. Taking on the Ravens. They're 10-7. They are a slightly lower overall than us. And we have... It didn't even show X Factors in the top right, did it? Obviously we have Crosby and Bowers, but I swear it didn't even show it. All right, going to the end of the game. 7-0, good start. Defense gets a stop. It's another 3. They get a touchdown, though. It's 10-7. 17-7, 17-14. Still 17-14. Halftime, 24-14. 24-21. 27-21. 27-28. Uh-oh. All right, good drive and poor finish. 4th and 2. They go for the field goal. Oh, intercepted, though. Touchdown would win the game. Huge conversion. They get the touchdown. A little bit of an awkward score. A little bit of a strange finish. But we're headed to the championship round in year 2. But, besides that Jets challenge rebuild, we have been very good in the playoffs lately. We've been very good in these rebuilds in general. Yeah, I don't know what it is about fantasy drafts. There's something weird going on there where the sim numbers, the sim stats, the sim win-loss are just all over the place. Carlson, decent enough. The rookie, Bright, what a game he had. But yeah, it makes no sense in those fantasy. We're like 4 to 5 overalls higher, and we can't even make the playoffs like half the time. And yet here we are with the Raiders. To be fair, we're probably a top 10, top 15 overall at this point. And we're making a run for a Super Bowl potentially here in year 2. And we're taking on a 9-8 Jaguars team. I'm not saying we're guaranteed to win it or they're easy, but I'll just say there has been harder. And you're looking at them right here, baby. We are here at home trying to win it all. We get to the Super Bowl if we win this game. 14-0. What a start. Jaguars bounce back, though. 7 points. We only get a field goal. We are choking as we do. We get the safety. We get the touchdown. It's a 12-point game. Defense doing pretty well. 29-14. 32-14. The defense holds on. And we're headed to the damn Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? All right, player stats. Mendoza was solid. Lawrence not so good. Run game was okay. Receivers, a couple guys with a couple of touchdowns. Not bad at all, actually. And, pass rush, it's pretty even. They just had a little bit more consistency. Picks equal, because they're both 0. And then Carlson was perfect. We are headed to the Super Bowl in year 2 as the Raiders. Not exactly the most common thing to see. And that's with us on not even playing. Right? Like, some of these times we have to come in and clutch up. We didn't have to do that here. It's like we're playing in a fantasy draft realm with some of the teams we're seeing, but it's not. It's normal. It is the normal rosters. user, created draft class, and yet we have a legitimate chance to win a Super Bowl already. What happened to us losing Super Bowls? We don't even do that anymore. Do the Cowboys at a bye week too? Really low record, conference winners as well. They're 87 overall. They're only 11-6, and they won the NFC, I'm pretty sure. But let's take a quick look at the dev-ups before we hop on into this one. And looking at those said dev-ups, Wandale does go up in dev, which we already knew about. Superstar dev, 91 overall. Huge. And, of course, you know about Mallard on defense, which there he is. Superstar development trade, 86 overall. Not very good at block shedding, but power move is fantastic, obviously. And then that is pretty much it, unfortunately. Bright didn't even really go up in overall that much, but it's okay. The team is still overall, as a whole, apparently good enough to make the Super Bowl and potentially win it all. EA does love them some Cowboys, so let's see it. Right to left, I think is us. I don't know. I really don't know. It's nothing so far. Right to left is us. 3-7. Still that score at halftime. Not anymore. Oh, no. Guys, defense is doing well, but the offense is doing nothing. You're not helping. Did they just give the ball up? No, it was a penalty. 3rd and 15. I mean, you can't get too aggressive here because a field goal does you quite a bit. But at the same time, this is kind of absurd to get into. That's a crazy play. That is a crazy anticipatory play with pressure. All right, fellas. We made an insane play on 3rd and 15. Make it count. And, of course, they don't, dude. Oh, my God. We gave them a layup touchdown, and they... Oh, my. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, there you have it. 31-10. They got absolutely decimated. But we made the Super Bowl. So even if we did 3 more seasons and did not win a Super Bowl, it's still a dub. There's no way anyone believes the Raiders are Super Bowl runner-ups 2 years from now. Not a hope in the world. Also don't know if they believe Dak would be either as a winner. Either way, we at least made it even though it was a complete disaster. Mendoza, under 50% completion percentage is so bad. Genty got outran by Javonte. Take away 52-yard run from Javonte. He still played better. Not great. CeeDee Lamb cooked us, but it really wasn't the defense's fault. Offense did absolutely nothing. And unfortunately, we are going to be headed to the offseason with the 31st pick. I swear to God, if I see Max Crosby's name anytime soon. Okay. McKivitz retires. It's okay, I can live with it. Let's take a look at the staff. We can cut some corners, too, if free agency decides to be kind to us because we have so much money and nowhere to spend it. Genty, I guess you go 5th-year option. It really doesn't matter one way or the other, in my opinion. Don't need Stokes. Tranquil wasn't bad, but I think we could do better, and if we can't, well, that sucks. Carlson, he's decent in the playoffs, but just that regular season, man. Under 80% completion percentage for kicking. No, that's a bad conversion rate, in my opinion. Looking at free agency, though. Ooh, DeJean. Mr. DeJean. Cooper DeJean is in the free agency spot. Looking for a new home. I think that new home is going to be with the Raiders. 4-year deal, so you're kind of locked in. We'll do more than 4-year. Well, maybe not more than 4-year, but we'll do more money. We are doing a 4-year 100. It's about $25 million per year. We need the 5 bar. There you go. Be a little disappointed if we didn't get him. We need a tackle. We could steal the division rival's tackle. What does a 1-year put us? Puts us in the conversation. Probably not, making too much of a conversation with that, but could go Jenkins put in a right tackle. That is a possibility. Do you trust him to play till 34? I think you do. I think Elton Jenkins is our right tackle. Done that a few times, but hey, it works every time, doesn't it? What about Greenlaw? Nobody wants Greenlaw, so I'll take Greenlaw. Cut some corners at linebacker again. Did we have another linebacker? I thought we had another one there. We'll look around for some other players, but overall, I think that's going to be the bulk of it for the most part, and we'll just, fill the rest of the draft, and whoever isn't signed, we'll take them free and see for a lot cheaper. And, I'm not really seeing it unless you want to overpay all, which I really don't want to, believe it or not. All right, we targeted 4 names. We definitely expect to get at least 3. See who those three are, and it's actually all four. Fair enough. Not bad. Ellen Jenkins, our new right tackle. Hopefully it doesn't go down lower than an 84 overall. Best bet is 85. Definitely has some tackle experience, obviously. Need that tackle position more than ever right now after the retirement of McKivitz. And he does drop to an 84, but that's fine. He's still good. And Greenlaw, I guess, will be the will linebacker. All right, we're in the draft, and we have a couple of players. Didn't really get the full scout on a lot of positions. Like, I was hoping to have DT and O-line. DT was kind of from earlier. I don't know if we really need DT anymore, but this guy is really, really good. Doesn't really matter, though, because we can't get him. We're looking at the late end of the first round. Corner, sort of a need. Not really, though. Really, the biggest need would be future safety. Future safety, future O-line, which you could see, Jeromepkr, he's probably going to be our guy. I'm going to take him if he's there. Top 5 sounds good to me. We need 1 to 2 linemen for the future, maybe even start him this year, especially if he is, in fact, generational. We land a safety in the second round. Things can look pretty good for us. Unfortunately, though, they're going to tempt us with all this speed at wide receiver. I think all 3 of these guys were insanely fast. I don't know what you do. You really pass on these 3? They're all really fast. Round 1, great as well. I think with that, though, even though we also do need a linebacker, I think got to go with the top 5 linemen, right? You got to assume a 77 plus superstar. True talent, too. That's pretty good. And, yeah, 94 strength in dev. That is a great draft pick. We moving on to the next round, though. Could be looking at a trade up here as we definitely want a linebacker and a safety if possible. There's 1 linebacker left. It is Sanchez, Jamie Sanchez. Don't need the safety just yet, technically, whereas Sanchez could start day 1. Ooh, 101 true. Please give me hidden. Nice. Okay, automatic start no matter what. Not like he was the craziest in speed, but he looked promising enough for me, and it works out. We have the 4 safeties. Let's take a look who is the best. Block shed of a B. Zone coverage. So I do like Purnell pretty much. Not the fastest guy, but man, he looked good. Man, I like all of them, though. That Purnell guy, I would have taken him right there at that spot if it wasn't so slow. Oh, man, this is not as easy as I thought. They're all literally slow as hell. I mean, 87 plus is probably the speed, and that is good enough. But if I can get speed and talent, I kind of want both. Which, unfortunately, I don't remember. Winters might have been fast, actually. I mean, I guess I'm going to slow sim. Purnell's probably the best since they're all slow anyways. Didn't get to see who the hell went. It was an edge rusher. Probably more of a DT. Yeah, it was a DT because I remember him. He's on our board. Slow sim it as much as possible because there's a bunch of safeties and there's really only like 1 I would hate to have. Purnell goes first, which means maybe he actually was goated. So we trade Charles Grant over to the Panthers for a 4th round pick because I want to make a trade with the Bears and they need left tackle, but they're really just not seeing the value. So we are going to cut the corner there a little bit, get this 4th round pick, and there's the trade. We now have pick 7 in the 3rd, which is going to be taken on safety Flanagan, who isn't a starter yet, but will be next season. Looks about as promising as he can get. 51 true talent, dev of... Oh, that sucks. What a moment that could have been. And here's a trade to go down a little bit with the Broncos. Let ourselves some depth, see if we can't get a couple of linemen, maybe a DT. We're like world eaters out here. We just collect resources. We have backups on top of backups on top of backups. And every team, while they're struggling to replace a guy, we are done already. Barden kind of built to be pure center. Fine, though. 74 true talent. Hidden dev. Not the safest pick in the world, but it worked out. And our next pick is in the 7th round. I'll probably just trade up and make... our last picks in the 6th round. I think purely based on size, I think you got to go with one of the top dudes here this time. And I think Reggie Coleman looks the best, so here he goes. 6'4", 313, 70 true talent. Also hidden. These guys are pretty low overall, though, for linemen. Usually it's, in the 20 to 40 true talent range. And unfortunately, everything is gone. I mean, we don't really need any more things anyways, but still... Not happy. I gotta say, I don't know if this guy's just like a liar, but this fullback looks kind of special now. I'd be shocked if this guy's not hidden dev. I'd genuinely be surprised. 47 true talent, and okay, well, he might not be hidden, but he is a good player. All right, so draft recap. 83 overall. Well, we got to find a spot for him to start day one for sure. But, yeah, I don't want to talk about this punter. I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. I really don't. What can I tell you? I don't want to talk about it. Jeromepkr, yeah, very good run blocking. Very good player nonetheless. Let's take a look at that dev, which you assume it's Superstar. Where the hell do you even play this guy, though? Superstar dev. I mean, we got to put him somewhere. We'll figure it out. Maybe he does just sit at left guard because Blake Miller's good, not great. And then Sanchez, automatic starter at, I suppose, will linebacker. We're just going to have to hope that Kopp continues to develop as the Mike. And then Flanagan, starting strong safety in the future. Maybe. I mean, that was the plan. I don't know if I love the plan anymore, though. And here is the lineup for season number 3. Not a whole lot of devs on this side of the ball. Obviously, we have all stars, which still technically counts. But, yeah, pretty much all stars. We have 2 X Factors, 1 Superstar. The rest are stars, or that's about it. I guess the guard Superstar now as well. Just, it's a long way to say I want our quarterback and wide receiver to develop. That's basically it. And then defensively, I don't know what to do with these linebackers. I guess, do you start Sanchez over Kopp? I have to move him. Not the biggest dude in the world, I'll tell you that much, but he does have way more potential as a young rookie. So I kind of have no choice, don't I? Cornerbacks are vastly improved, which I don't know why Bright's not higher up there. And safeties will need a new strong safety, but overall, it's a good team. Had a chance to win it all last year, couldn't do it. See if we can do it in year 3. All right, we got some contracts. Bowers needs a contract. We'll do a 4-year 78. That's pretty easy of a decision. Wan'Dale Robinson, I think so far has shown it's an easy decision. I think we can do that without going for a 4-year, I'll be honest with you. Williams, we could definitely afford a 1-year. Probably should have done a 2-year, to be honest with you. And I'm going to start Lindy now because I don't want to be honest with you anymore. Cam Taylor-Britt, I'm not sure. We'll see where there's a regression point. Chin's obviously gone. Colin Miller, I don't want to do more than a year. I don't think we have to worry about Mendoza just yet, but as you can see, this money has very rapidly disappeared. And that's not even considering Greenlaw, who we might want to keep. So, yeah, we gotta be careful. We got Tate and Mendoza. You might think, oh, at first, oh, there's nothing really to worry about. But yeah, there's some money concerns coming up here. This was a very surprising one. I am very surprised with this season. This is unprecedentedly just strange. I don't know what to tell you. We, after the Super Bowl runner-up, oh, we actually make it. Wait a minute, we're in the playoffs. I did not expect that. We were the 6th seed. I thought we were done. We were 3-6 at one point. Look at this, 3-0. Hell, yeah, that's great. 6 straight losses. You win 2, and then we start losing again. At this point, I was like, oh, well, it's over, right? We win 4 in a row, and we sneak into the playoffs. Mendoza, pretty damn good numbers. Genty, decent numbers. Receiving, fair enough. You know, a lot of people getting involved. Tate's really not been great, I can't lie, but it is what it is. O-line, definitely pretty bad across the board. And then pass rush, we changed it halfway through, and that might be what got us the wins. Went to the Giants defense. Mallard's at 10.5. Crosby at 10. At 14 for Williams. And that's really it. Picks, you know, DeJean with 3. And then Cam Little, 20 out of 25 for kicks. Punting, you know, over 50 yards per punt as per usual. It ended up being an okay season. We got to the playoffs, thankfully. It kind of was a miracle, if we're going to be real. But hey, we made the playoffs again. And we have a chance to do just as much, if not more, than last year. Because we have a chance. It's all that matters. You got a shot. All right, here we go. The Cincinnati Bengals. One of the best schemes in the game, especially for passing. It might be the best scheme. And they are cooking us right now with it. 21-14. Halftime score of 28-14. It's kind of hard as an offense to win when your defense is doing this. But yet, here we are within 4. It's a 7-point game now. 3rd and 3. Got to have it. We do have it. 4th and 3. Again, you got to have it. You can't kick a field goal here, which they are going to agree with. Oh, man. Call me weak, but I almost want to let them deal with it. I don't really want to deal with this mesh spot. It's the 2 tight ends, but one of those tight ends happens to be Bowers. It's actually going to be Knox. Oh, my. That was risky. Saw that he had the angle. Didn't think the ball was going to be underthrown that hard, but more importantly, saw that Genty was in front of him. Believed, and thankfully it worked. We do drive down. We get the touchdown. 3 minutes left. A pick from Elijah Bright. You can't. Oh, can you go for this? I was like, you can't go for this. You got to take guaranteed points. I don't know, dude. I think you got to go for this. I don't want to give him a chance. I know they just threw a pick, but you just, I don't know. Yeah, you don't need to. I don't think you go in either. We're going crazy out here. You waste every second. You get that down about 50 seconds. And hell, maybe you get the touchdown anyways. Or if we scored a touchdown here, this is why you call a timeout right away for them. You know, we'd be fine. But I don't think we need to. Let's just not do that. Let's just stay out. Wonder what teams would do in real life. I don't know. I think you absolutely play the clock. It's just, they have like no time, you know? Like, I don't even think you score here, even if it's the openest lane of all openings. You just make this a 3-point game with like 15 seconds left if you're the Bengals here. If that. All that clock down. Yeah, probably less. About 10 seconds. All right, 34-31. 14 seconds left. We'll force him to return it with the literal perfect punt you can get. And you don't bring him down, but that's all right. He is fighting for literally nothing. He lost so much time there. You just play 3-man deep. Back-to-back plays, and you've moved on to the divisional round from a really tough standpoint. 1 point down by 14 in this one. The team clutched up. They got the pick. Max Crosby's going to call game. What a play. Who would have thought? The only sack of the game for him as well. If they even called it a sack. I think they did, but it said sack, so I imagine. There you have it, 34-31. We're moving on. And there you go. The passing number is pretty equal. They're going to say Mendoza was worse. Just less yards per attempt, I guess. Rushing, though, Genty looking good. Receivers, Bengals had a great one. Wandale Robinson was solid, though. Sack totals, 2 for the Bake. 1.5 for Williams. I don't know how the freaking Baker did it, but sure. Bright with the pick. Clutched up right at the end. Quentin Lake with a pick. Don't know if that even led to any points. And again, we are moving on to the next round. And here they are, the Buffalo Bills. We are way higher overall than them, though, by 5. So, again, I don't know why sometimes you just have a great team and they, you know, perform like crap. And sometimes you have an okay team that performs like gods. And you know what? The one thing I can say is, though, we have done better than we have done bad, you know, over the course of the rebuilds this year. So, I really can't complain. Even when we get completely screwed over, you know, I think we've done more good than we've done bad, right? As we can see, the Jaguars are the other team in the championship round. Are we going to join them? Are we going to join those guys? Bills right now defense is locking us down. It is a 10-point game in favor of Buffalo. We still cannot score a touchdown. I cannot believe how EA has the defense coded for the Buffalo Bills. Huge play to Genty, though, 51-yarder. And it doesn't matter because they score a touchdown immediately. And we score a touchdown immediately back. We got to get a defensive stop. Here it is. This is the game. And, of course, on 3rd and 11, they get 12. Yep. And wait a minute. The clock's going. Wait a minute. Clock will be moving, but the team has a chance. The literal first play they suggested for us was a freaking inside zone, by the way. I think that's honestly enough for us to go for the field goal. Let's go for the field goal and try to have a chance here. Clock is running out. Oh, they have the stadium ability. I forgot. Dude, I just hope whoever decided that is not working anymore at EA. I just hope. Like, I'm sorry, but you thought you could, and you just didn't. You simply just needed more sleep that day, I guess, would be my suggestion. And I have those moments too. Watch these videos. Sometimes I literally yap the most nonsensical set of sentences you've ever heard in your life. Somehow I'll try to reel it back. I'll try to connect the two things together, sometimes 3, and it just doesn't work. And, sometimes you got to sleep a little more. And I definitely am guilty of that. But at the same time, when that video is over, it doesn't ruin anybody's experience. I don't think so, at least. I don't think anyone hearing that is like, well, I have genuinely lost brain cells. Usually it's a joke, I imagine. But yeah, when I see abilities like that, for one, abilities aren't even supposed to be on anymore. That's crazy work. But yeah, when you see abilities like that, what are we doing? All right, what do we do? That has nothing to do with skill. You can't add these things that make it where skill doesn't override what you're dealing with. All the other things you can kind of deal with, that is just literally unavoidable. So stupid. Bills Cowboys, though, in the Super Bowl. I mean, what are we doing, man? Like, genuinely, what are we doing with that one? Like, is there a way around that and I need to rescind everything I've said? Because I don't think there is. Like, I think it's semi-timeable, but it is like, you need to be dialed the F in. Dallas wins the Super Bowl, and I can't believe that I am actually happy to say that that is the outcome I wanted. For some reason, I'm forgetting what team we are. Jacoby Brissett, so thankfully it's not Crosby. We have 2 seasons left, and it seems like we'll at least have one more of them with Max Crosby, who's not playing the best football right now. Wandale doesn't go up a dev, either does Mendoza. Our left guard's insane. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball where Sanchez, yeah, there's a reason why you start that guy. He's an 80 overall already. Star development trade, high potential guy. And then, yeah, I mean, everyone else looks all right. Still kind of need a linebacker. Still kind of need not even kind of. We definitely need a safety. Let's take a look at who we're going to get in our re-signings. Who we're going to get in free agency, potentially. Did we solve this? No, Mendoza, no. We'll just pay 2 of these guys long term. It should cost us about 25% less, right? Mendoza, I'm hoping 55, 60. Tate, 25, which is nowhere near the percentage I just said. So we are cooked. But if Cam Taylor-Britt wants to play one more season, I can do that. I can do 1-year deals. 1-year deal does not affect us, but 2-year plus, yeah, that's where the concern is. So we'll try to see if we can do something with safety and free agency. I did scout that nationally, so we should have a good idea of, who's a decent safety or not. And we also did focus scout 3 of them, I believe, so we should be cooking. Speaking of safety, though, you do have E-Man and Warrior. The problem is all these safeties, other than Jalen Ramsey. Hello? How are you doing? That's our new strong safety. Yeah, all of them are pretty much like long-term deals, so I don't think we're going to be able to do much more for our team to improve it than get Jalen Ramsey, but Jalen Ramsey, in theory, is potentially all we need. Other than, like, again, maybe a linebacker. We don't really have any needs anyway, so Jalen Ramsey, welcome to the team. You're going to be playing strong safety. You can lay the boom. He's got the highest hit power in the game at cornerback, even though he's a free safety now, so that's irrelevant. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 25 after Jalen Ramsey came around. We don't actually have a need, technically. Edge for the future, but again, we might be out of this rebuild before Max Crosby's even gone anyways. Linebacker is definitely like the need if we had one. We could obviously rock with Kopp and Sanchez, but, we could use better too. I'd probably prefer Kopp to just be the Sam linebacker, just a backup anyways. But let's take a look at what we got at 25. Could see a wide receiver, you never know. We do. Jimmy Jones, he's not the fastest guy, but he's solid. So we'll see. We might make that play. If not him, I mean, it's linebacker, right? Do we go Jimmy Jones? I don't think so. I'm going to trade this down. Half tempted to trade it for next year in case we need an edge rusher. Niners are giving me a haul here. I'm going to take the Niners haul. If we need a 5th season, we're going to need an edge rusher, I think. I think Crosby's going to leave us. He's just a guy I've seen retire early so many times. And if not, well, we'll just use those picks to make a crazy mega trade to just land a good... Every linebacker's gone. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to see Bennett as a linebacker. So, LaMarcus Bennett. Hopefully he's in dev. 41 true talent. In dev, that's our new linebacker. I can't believe I traded this much for another slow safety. I'm pretty sure this guy's pretty slow. That's not him. Mr. Hayes, Sean Hayes. Yeah, he looks okay. He looks okay with that 1-2 true talent, but yeah, this safety room was really bad. Just be hidden, though. You say what you will. It works. It works. The other guy more so because, of course, he's actually going to be a linebacker for us. The speed and excel and change direction, all that he has for a linebacker is actually really good. But for a safety, it's just adequate enough. Safety we just took, though, that is tough. Wow, this draft is already over. 59 true talent. In dev, at least. But yeah, the class is gone. It's already done. That is unbelievable. This is like the fastest full draft pick situation we've ever had. Obviously, we didn't take everybody, but still. Max Young, he was decently fast. Let's see. 153 true. Normal dev, he is fast, but meh. This is going to be a trade down, and then I don't know we're going to take the final pick. Don't really want just a 6. I kind of feel like we're deserved maybe a little more. Don't know why a team would ever take a 6 straight up. 6 and a 7th? Anything at all. Anything enticing at all. Okay. Well, I guess. I feel like it's a weak draft, so... Okay, I was about to say, wait, didn't we not trade it? I wish you nothing but the worst with that pick. They took an edge rusher. Hopefully he sucks. Hopefully he has one pass rush move and no speed. Random fullback incoming. 74 true talent, normal development trade. He's okay, though. I can't believe all those linebackers are gone, though. We had several 3-4s. We had several 2-3s. I thought, we'd be fine. That wide receiver is bad. Everyone else was decent, though. LaMarcus Bennett. He's such a weird build. He's going to be our Mike backer. We're going to be putting him in that middle linebacker spot. 45. Sure, why not? Dev. Star Dev. So 74 overall, down or up a 2? I think he'll go to 75. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe not. Might have to put him in the will spot. And then Sean Hayes will be our strong safety. Not right now, but he will be. Damn, that Bennett player did not work out at all. I mean, he can develop, but damn, that was not our best work. This is one of our worst drafts we've had in a while. Like, even at pick 25, it's just really bad. Alrighty. I know that draft sucks, but we did land a first and a second because that third's gone, by the way. Oh my. Thank you, Miami, for making me feel better. This guy could literally be an X Factor, especially since I don't even think X Factor does anything for an offensive lineman. Like, I don't even think he gives you XP boost, and it would still suck. And the problem is, he's not even that. He is star dev. That is brutal. Very brutal. 80 over tight end. I got to see these linebackers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 linebackers in the second round. And there might have been even more at the end of the first. There was 2. Yeah, not exactly our best work, but Jalen Ramsey saves the day anyways. All right, here is the team for season number 4. This could be the best the team can get, as we've got some contracts coming up. Of course, Mendoza is still star development trade, but 95 overall, which is obviously more than adequate. Looks really good. Throw power is a little lackluster, but looks good enough if you ask me. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where we see Max Crosby potentially retiring for us. Glad he didn't retire at 32, but I have seen him retire at 33 very commonly, so hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, we've only got one more year after this, so you might as well stick around. Oh, this could be bad. We have a lot of money, but that usually means you're about to spend all of it as well. Mendoza, how much? Oh my God. Dude, you can't expect a quarterback to be making $78 million per year, right? We'll get to that last. I know it's crazy to think because Mendoza is the most important player, but he literally takes 40% of the cap we've got remaining at this point. Perkins, even though he is a safety, he is a safety that I like. He's my safety. Of course, edge rusher, Max Crosby. We'll have to see if he's even around. I think Miller's a cap casualty. Taylor may be a cap casualty. I've got to keep Quentin Williams. I don't know what you thought was happening here today. Don't know why I passed on Genty. I just felt like he was the most obvious re-sign, so I was just like, okay, let's get to the tougher ones first. I mean, it's not the worst. I don't know who's coming up after this. Oh, we have Cole Miller here, actually, but he might retire. So, yeah, I mean, the team's definitely not going to get better after this year, but we're also potentially not going to lose as many names as we thought. But I really don't know what you do with Mendoza. I really don't. I mean, you got some of these other guys, too. I mean, Max Crosby, I'm going to do a one-year deal because I don't know if he's even going to be here one more year. $50 million per. I mean, dude, like, look, it's gone. The money's gone. Can we do a far less expensive contract? I don't even have the money to do the less contract. Oh, my God. And we are in the playoffs. Not the strongest season yet again, but, that's what happens when you don't go with the meta playbooks. EA just bends you over and just has a Merry Christmas. Of course, really good start of the season. Some losses near the second half of the season. About 5 losses out of the final, 9 games. Looking at the passing numbers, really good. The touchdown to pick ratio is insane. Rushing numbers are pretty good. Didn't go to Genty, but overall, we had over 20 on the ground. Tate could go to Superstar. Robinson was a little down, but that's fine. Tight end just sucks in this scheme, unfortunately. And what else do we have? Sack totals, 21 for Crosby, 10.5 for Mallard, 9 for Williams. Interceptions, 3 for the Cam Taylor-Britt, 2 for Bright, 2 for DeJean. Kicking, Cam Little's good enough. Punting, good enough. Fair enough. Now look at the yearly awards. Sebastian Katz, cool name, wins MVP. Usually it's someone in the AFC. Not today, apparently. Max Crosby, Defensive Player of the Year. We love it. Ooh, LaMarcus Bennett, totally worth that move, even though he dropped so far in overall. He's Rookie of the Year. Mendoza's a superstar. Look at the awards. All right, so even if we don't win this year, we're looking pretty good for the next year, even though some of our linemen are going to probably be gone. But who knows? Maybe there is no next year. We might win in year 4 like we usually do. All right, going to the end of the game, what do we got? What do we have here? 3-0. Okay, defense is doing well. Offense is struggling, though. Took a while to get those points. 14-3, 14-6. Big drive right before half. Didn't get its score, though. Chargers only scoring field goals no longer. It's a touchdown, and man, this offense is just horrible. And just like that, I mean, it's just no scoring from this offense at all. You're going to punt it. Do you think there's a 5th quarter? Brother, Tom Brady has done too much damage to this team. They think it's 5th down. Bowers, Mendoza, what a throws. No, I'm not going to do that. I know. I was about to say, what a throws. No. I am not doing that. We're down by 8 points, though, so even if we get the touchdown, we do need the 2-point. Okay, they do get the touchdown. A lot of, hey, you should run the ball moments. I don't know if I agree. I would prefer mesh with an actual wide receiver set. It looks like I will not be getting my request. What is this? Genty, Tate, Bowers. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Looks like zone. Nobody on Tate. Touchdown, Tate! Tied up, and they got a lot of time here. That was a good play. Might need to go more 5 wide in the 2-point conversion game. On defense, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 2. Come on, defense. Okay, they ran out of time. Just didn't play for the game. They played for OT. Oh, my Lord. All right, here it is, 3rd and 17. I mean, this team is just going backwards non-stop. We're the home team. We're 5+ overall is better than them. That's a tough throw. Oh, my God. Mendoza, you're a bot. The playoffs are already over. Got to hit stick them, and yeah, it's over. That is unfortunately going to be it. Just the offense wasn't good enough. I know a 29-22 score isn't like the craziest thing in the world, and, you know, you didn't get destroyed, but okay, see you later. Yeah, the offense just sucked. It was horrible. It was absolutely pitiful. Let's take a look at the numbers. I mean, what was the time of possession in this thing? 33. Yeah, I was about to say, we probably had the ball more because constantly defense, short fields, offense, super long drive, no points. Just outplayed. McConkey, 184 yards. And I don't know. It's a weird one. It feels like it's the defense's fault, but it's definitely not. I mean, look at the pressure that their side got. It's because the offense just sucked. They weren't converting, and then we missed 2 field goals. Okay, so maybe that's a big part of it, too. Dude, Cam Little? This is the guy missing 2 field goals? Every kicker in the league should be like 40% kicking then. He's the best kicker in the league. I really don't know. I really couldn't tell you. The weather is literally perfect. We are indoors. We're missing 2 field goals. Winner of the Super Bowl, though, is the Broncos. Obviously, we did have some dev ups, guaranteed ones. Maybe Carnell as well. And we did. QB of the year, no dev up. Well, unless you lost the dev from... No, he didn't. What a game. Honestly, just perfect. Perfectly balanced. Still don't have a fix for the regression, by the way. Ironically enough, when they finally fixed the Week 16 stuck point for the starting points, was at the championship round, even though the championship round was over. Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, man, that's funny. What else do we have? Defensively, did we have a dev up? Bennett definitely went up. 81 overall, not bad, considering it was only a 69 overall. Not a bad overall, glow up, if you will. Superstar development trait. At least that one worked. QB one didn't work, but that one worked. All right, this is the team. Max Crosby sticks around as well, so this is the squad for the final season. No matter how you want to look at it, this is it for us. Elton Jenkins retired as well. It's fine, I suppose. Who can we afford? I really don't know what to do here because there's just no way I can pay Mendoza that money. Like, that is just stupid to do it anyways. Uh-oh. I don't know what I just paid him. I do not know what I just paid him. Oh, that's already factored in, so we're actually not too screwed. We could just tag him if we had to. Again, we're on, the final. Oh, no, I didn't expect him to do that. Did I sell? I sold. Hell yes. We're losing some names. We are definitely losing some names. Colton Miller's still here. I just need to keep the team intact, even though we kind of played like crap. That's all I can really say about that. Let's go for Crosby. Free agency will be long-term. About 38. What are we talking, 38? 37? Apparently we're broke. I think that bugged out, though. I am almost certain that bugged out. Why are we negative 27 million when the money we offered was already factored in, right? We had 44 million to spend with 49 already tied into him. He declines it, we tag him, and we're down another 48 or 38. Clearly, they didn't return the money to us from that contract. That bug, I think, is still in the game. I am pretty certain that's what that was. I am almost 100% certain that they just made us pay double for Max Crosby, and there's no way to fix it. The money's just gone, right? The money is just out of here. And I don't think this is fixing it. I think this is just the year flipped over. So some of the guys making a little less money this year compared to last year are, saving us a little bit here. But looking at free agency, Jeremiah Love, Jameson Williams, Fano. What about Miller? Is he there? Where the hell did Miller go? Or did Miller accept the contract? Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused what happened. He's just gone? Not Miller. Well, no, it is Miller. It's just the other Miller. Is he a lower over than I thought? Oh, damn, he's way lower than I thought. Okay. We don't have the money for this, so with that being said, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Probably gonna leave it, but that's fine. We have backups for this exact reason. You know what? I'm gonna leave it. F that guy. For our extra picks, though, we get a pretty good selection. Pick 18 and 50. That's not bad. Right into the draft with pick 16. It was 18? Actually, 18. Ooh, the running back was generational. There's some things here. Edge is probably the biggest positional need. I'll be real with you. And Scott looks to be the best of the edge. So, I don't know. There's a really good running back, though. Not that we need one, but you can't really pass on a good running back or a good player in general if they're top 5. And we do have a really good safety. He still is top 5. I mean, I'm just looking for good players. At this point, this team doesn't need anyone specifically. So whatever happens. If there's an edge rusher, we'll take him. Pittman at 14. I think all the edge are gone. Was there one actually? Wait, Scott's still there. Hell yeah. Nick Scott. That's my guy. It's the guy I wanted the most. 22 true. And Dev. All these other teams are terrible at drafting. Top 5 safety still there. Why the hell not? 3 True Town, Hidden Dev, easiest clap of all time. We need a strong safety. We don't need one. We have a 79 overall, like, once upon a time rookie, like last year, I think. So we're not really too worried. We do have a tackle, Cordell Bush. I don't really usually go for full-on tackleages. Technically, we don't even need a tackle, right? We have our whole line. Boom, 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 boom. Like, we have everything. But I'm interested a little bit. We ended up going down anyways. It's just, I don't really need him. Tight end. We don't need a tight end either, but this guy was pretty athletic. He looks solid, but the rest of the class didn't, so maybe that's why he looks solid. Linebacker Reynolds. Yeah, we'll go Nelly Reynolds. Might go with another safety after this. 104 true. Ooh. That guy sucks. Taking the other safety. Could be a linebacker as well. Little undersized, but close enough. 36 true talent, also normal development trait. Okay, not really doing super well now in the draft. Not that it really mattered. Again, that safety, sure, he's pretty cool. Outside of him, though, I don't really think any position we really need, at least as of right now. Who knows what our quarterback's going to look like. This guy, no, we're not going to go for him. Not bad. Not bad at all. Probably worth the pick, but just don't need a QB. Our guy's on a 7-year deal. The hell am I going to do with a player when I have a 7-year freaking guy? Tomlinson, because why the F not? 79 true. Another normal, by the way. Let's go to the 23rd pick in the 4th round, where, again, we're just going to keep hitting trench players now, I think. That'll be the move. Day 3ers. Day 3, Don Black. He's kind of mid, but we'll take him. Why not? It looks all right. 75. Dude, these normal devs, we're just hitting back to back to back to back because we're goated. Hell yeah, consistency is key. And now it's a little boring for you guys, so we're just going to go all line, I think, from here on out, which, break the curse. There you go. All right, draft recap. How we looking, those 2 top guys, especially that safety? 80 overall, Mr. Miles Franklin. Only 5'9", does have some hit power. It's crazy how the Raiders scheme, or the uniform, I should say, just makes everyone look good. Strong safety, superstar dev, worth the start for sure. And then the edge rusher, even though he's not starting right now, I am curious to see what he looks like. I mean, there's some potential there for sure. When Crosby's gone, you have your backup ready to go. The trade down we made, I guess, was worth it. Dev, also superstar. Pretty sweet gig there. And then that was pretty much it. Everyone else is backups for the most part. And here we are for the final season. I mean, he looks good. The team's good. 294 wide receivers, a 98 quarterback, a 99 running back, a 98 tight end. You know, your right tackle's not the best anymore, but your left tackle's 89, your left guard's 91, your center's 85, your right guard's 88. Defense isn't as good, but we have our pieces, right? 91 edge, 97 edge, 91 DT. Those three alone are enough to win you a damn ring. Look what happens with Myles Garrett on the Browns defense. Imagine there was another one of him, and like another half of him. 2.5 Myles Garretts. That's basically where we're sitting at right now. But we actually have the complete team. Our linebackers are better. Our safeties are better. Our corners are equal, if not better. This is a Super Bowl championship team. If you don't like it, hit the road. I might change the scheme. I don't know. All right, re-signings. What do we got? We've got a very good reason to not do another season. That's for sure. Holy crap. This team is about to lose more players than I think we've ever lost in a single season in a realistic style rebuild. We get Mallard back, but we're about to lose Weber, I guess. I don't know if I would really call him Weber. Tatum, Hendricks, Bright, Crosby, even if he doesn't retire. Quinnen Williams. We had one more in there, I'm pretty sure. Cole Miller. I mean, this team is cooked. Jeromepkr. I mean, the kicker, the punter, the everything. And here we are in the playoffs. Ooh, not a great finish on the season. I was really thinking we were going to have the bye week. And instead, we have no bye week. We must have lost a lot in the end here, huh? 3 straight. Winning even one of those games might have gotten us the ring. Well, maybe not the ring, but the bye week. Mendoza, not as good as last year, but it's good. Genty was solid. Wandale back at the top. Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird one. You know, this scheme is like, you really have to focus that one player as the wide receiver 1 and slot if you want them to be good. And you can't really have 2 guys play well, you know? That 3 guy, you know, 3 guys you talked about, though, over 40 sacks combined. It's a squad. It's a team. Kim Little about the same as last year. Dixon doing as well as ever. Kicker, punter, you know, kick return, punt return. Never really anything going on there. Yearly awards. Katz has won another Super Bowl. Well, I keep saying that. Dude, not everything is a Super Bowl. Hey, we made the Super Bowl. I mean, the playoffs. He won the MVP. I mean, Super Bowl. Like, what are you talking about? Any awards, though, for us? Most brain damage cells award. I think I have that absolutely in the bag this year. But, yeah, no bye week, even though I thought we were going to win one. 3 straight losses. That'll do it. Take on the Chiefs, though. It just had to be an 8-9 Chiefs team that sneaks in, huh? If this damn scheme loses us this one, I'm going to be mad. We did get to a Super Bowl. We just didn't win the damn thing. It is what it is. You can't win them all, but I sure would like to. That would be kind of cool. Go to the end of the game. What do we got? 0-3, 10-0. Pretty good start. Let's at least win a game, huh? How about that? How about let's get to the divisional round by beating a division rival opponent. 17-0 start the second half. Defense is doing a great job. Offense is doing good enough. 24-0, and so far still a shutout. The Chiefs finally score, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. It is far too late. 27-8, an elite defensive performance of the ages, to be honest with you. And let's see the numbers. Mendoza did throw the pick, but was still way better than Mahomes. Running game was better for Genty. Pass rush, a little bit here, a little bit there. Picks for both sides. We missed a field goal. At least it wasn't 0 for 2. At least that's the facts. 0 for 2 as the best kicker in the game. Shouldn't even be 0 for 2 on the entire year. Shouldn't even have 2 misses in the first place. Either way, divisional round, who we taking on? Of course it's the Jaguars. Let's see what we're going to do. Here we go. End of the game. 7-0. 7-7. 14-7. 14-10. Jaguars definitely fighting harder than the Chiefs did. Just like that, they're leading. Huge drive. We do get a touchdown right before half. They get nothing. Second half, kind of back and forth. Anyone's game. We're down by 3. Need a score. We get the touchdown. It's the fourth quarter. Jaguars moving. They get the touchdown back. It's a 3-point game. Did we throw a pick? Penalty on the defense. I don't know how we have the ball still. Usually that is not a penalty and is actually an interception. Thankfully it wasn't. 3rd and 23. All right. This is kind of a big moment in this game. Not only are you, if you're able to keep your team on the field, you potentially win the game. But more importantly, you are almost guaranteeing points backed up this hard. This team has no scheme to go deep, by the way. It is literally, you better be under 5 yards on 3rd down or you are done for. They left him. They left him! Wan'Dale Robinson down the sideline for potentially the dagger to send us to the championship round. 3rd and 23. They're kind of playing shallow. They're giving one-on-one looks all over the place, and they give Wan'Dale a sharp corner look, and we have scored an improbable one. You got to give it up for the offense, though. They've played pretty well, and as you can see, the Jaguars aren't done, We just did what we did, and there's still time. That's crazy. Okay, so at some point, you have to start pointing the fingers a little bit at the defense because you've given up 39 effing points. So, yeah, maybe do better, please. Is that Wan'Dale again? There's no way this guy is this good. Stays in bounds as well to take some clock. Mendoza's had a perfect game. Yeah, I mean, this is on the defense. This time, there's no arguing it. This defense has done nothing. 3rd and 1. There is no way, man. And then not only do they not want to go for it, they're like, hey, let's kick a field goal. What are you gaining? May I ask? What the hell is this? Can we just maybe have one normal play? Is that cool? No? Just one normal play? Wan'Dale, there's the game. Wan'Dale freaking Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, has sent us to the championship round. What a damn stud. Clutchest man there is. 4th downs, 3rd downs, it all. He has it all. He will win it. He does not care. He will do it as we are moving back to the championship round. Mendoza with 6 touchdowns, 1 on the ground. Outplayed Lawrence, not by much. Lawrence had a good game too. Wan'Dale, what a damn day. Let him feast. Crosby, 2 sacks. Mallard, 1.5. Bennett with a pick. And we're moving on to that championship round. Said it a few times now, but now we're actually simulating to it. We're actually going to do it. Who is it going to be in this round, though, is the question. It is the Patriots. Okay, we're a 93. They're an 89. Not our highest overall team, which is weird because I feel like we've got a great roster. What is it slowing us down? Linebacker, I guess, a little bit. Linebacker, sort of corner, too. I don't know. I mean, this is a really good team. Got a lot of big names that are, they're about to go, to be fair. We lined it up pretty perfectly. Team is as good as it can ever get for the 5th season in the league, and then it falls apart and it's all over. But we're not going to be there for it, so W us. 17-14 at halftime. Patriots are looking pretty good. As you can see here, we are absolutely choking this game away. You've got to be kidding me, dude. This team, and they're just bouts of failing to score. Thank you. 3-point game. You got to get a stop now. What is that? Oh, it's not a pick. Could they, hello? If that clock was moving, we'd be done. They're under center here. This could be literally a QB sneak. Run commit. Okay, we do get the stop. They're actually moving again, I don't know if the game has any sort of situational awareness. Not that it matters. Obviously, they did well. It worked out for them. But that's just not how teams operate. The Patriots moved down so well with a lead that they almost scored before they could waste all the clock. Get out there. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a chance, potentially. At this point, I think they're far enough away where you can get away with mid, even if they run it. But I will definitely admit this is not looking good for us defensively. Like we said, there's no way he's going to run through us. Okay. That would have been insane. They're going to go for it. Oh, that's really smart, actually. Crap, this is really freaking smart. They don't even care. We can't run commit, but they don't even care if they don't get it. And okay, well, to be fair, he got sacked, so it's a field goal to tie, and we're not at the 2. If they would have ran up the middle, we'd have been at the 2 or something. Okay, you know, it's tough. But this, it's at least doable. Man, he's got to move. 47-yard line, Duke Cam Little. We got to give this guy a chance to hit a 70. We have no choice. The problem is, again, this playbook sucks. I'm going to be real with you. I'm sorry. It is horrible. Everything in this playbook is so extremely short. There's nothing you could really do with it. Oh, my God. There is no way that's picked off. The ball, just because of that 89 garbage throw power, just never gets there. It just literally hit the camera. The camera held onto it in the sky and just held it in place. And the Patriots are going to be beating the Raiders to head to the Super Bowl. Fantastic. Fantastic. Good enough blocking. Probably didn't need to run. I mean, the interior does get pretty messy. Yeah, we had to. We had no choice to run it. It's a good enough throw at that point, and then it just continues to float. For a moment here, I was like, wait a minute, he might actually just score. And then it just continues to flow, and then just never comes down. It's a tough one. I mean, it was a hell of a rebuild. It's not a Super Bowl winning one, but at the end of the day, we had a really good turnaround of the Las Vegas Raiders, who have been in real bad situation the last few years. We've made a Super Bowl. We've made the playoffs countless times. And then, of course, we made another championship round. So we've fallen short, and, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a reset for the team for sure, but they're in the mix. They've had some highs that they haven't had in some time, and it looks like some good decisions have been made. Unfortunately, offense just struggled just too much in the final game at the worst possible moments. I mean, just, 2 full quarters, multiple times in this playoff run without any score. Can't even get a field goal. The drives are stalled really early. It's just, yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Who would have thought that's going to happen? Yeah, I mean, look at this. Outside of that last-second touchdown, I mean, you have no scoring in the third, hardly any scoring in the fourth until near the end. Yeah, you can't win games like that. Who would have thought? But anyways, again, as long as you make a Super Bowl, I think that's a win of a rebuild, especially a team like this that's starting off at a pretty low spot. Patriots and the Lions are in the Super Bowl. See who wins it. Obviously, we're rooting for the Lions here. We do not want the Patriots to win. We would despise them for it. And obviously, we wanted the Patriots to win. I was lying. We want to be the best team in the league. Second best team in the league. That's us. Of course, looking at the team, not that it really matters, because this team is about to be vastly different in the future. Mendoza, very accurate, but that throw power, at the end of the day, that is what made us fall short. That throw power was lackluster. And I feel like we won more games in the past with guys that are higher throw power. Look at Genty, by the way. He's a freak. He's insane with it. What else do we have? We have Mr. Tate, 95 overall superstar. Didn't really have great seasons with us because, again, it was kind of like Wan'Dale Robinson, then Tate, then Robinson, then Tate. But, I mean, it's not bad. This is the bad season, right? This is great. This is okay. That's a bad year. It's a down year. Okay, that's an improvement. Okay, now we're on the right track. And then back to, square one. It's like, what's going on here? Injuries? That's what it would look like, even though we had them off, obviously. Wan'Dale Robinson, 95 overall. What a year. What a signing he was. His worst season was 941 yards. Worst touchdowns is 7. We did well. We did well picking him for sure. And then, of course, we do have Mr. Brock Bowers, 99 overall, finally. I mean, he's literally a wide receiver playing tight end, which, I mean, that's kind of what he is, right? But yeah, he's a problem. He's very good. Jeromepkr, I mean, you don't really see the superstar generationals all the time on our team, so there's one of them. There is one of them. And then I don't think... Oh, actually, Colton Miller retires, but I don't think Colton Miller, matters too much. But Powers Johnson, here's what he looks like. Pass block finesse, not the best. Not the best at all. And then defensively, we have Perkins and Frankie. Let's take a look at Perkins, who's a 90 overall. I mean, I don't know how people feel about us putting him at safety a lot of the times, but kind of built for it. So what am I supposed to do? Not do it when the game's like, hey, go for it. It works perfectly to us. Franklin, though, 86 overall. He'd be one of the cornerstone guys. As a lot of these faces are going to be gone, but he's on a rookie deal, so he should be here for a little bit. 3 more seasons minimum. Here is Mallard, 92 overall. Did pay him, and yeah, he's a very good power guy. He's just very slow, but it worked out. He's a good player, so I don't have to fear those power-only slow guys anymore. I'll just take whoever looks good. Still can't believe Max Crosby didn't retire, but, I mean, we'll take it. You know, he paid him that 2-year deal. It's fine by me. Bennett goes to X Factor, does he? Pretty damn sure. Yeah, he did not have X Factor before. Nice. Huge dev up. Not that it matters, again, but still cool to see him develop, you know, from such a low overall into an X Factor who's a decent overall at 85. He is looking like he might be the best linebacker in the league soon. Cooper DeJean finally gets a superstar, which is good. Very good balance man and zone. Let's impress to go with it. Definitely the best team corner. Been for a while, to be fair. The whole, like, what, 90% of this thing? 80%? Here's Bright. Not very good man, not very good press, but he's very good at zone. Not a guy I would honestly hate to lose, which we're about to. Would not be the worst move as... I don't know, he's not that great. He didn't develop the way I thought he would. Hendricks, good block shedding, good strength. That's about it, right? That's really all he is. And then Quentin Williams retires. Okay. So all these guys retired, and yet we're still broke. That is the state of this Raiders team here in 2030, is it now? Yeah, with that being said, this is the cutoff point. You know, we built as good of a roster as we could, kept them going as long as we could, and then you lose 2 big names, and then you're going to lose even more because you can't afford them. That's going to be it for this one. Again, if you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PKR for PKR plays for non-Madden content. I think we'll have nothing tomorrow, but then Dolphins franchise on Thursday is probably the plan. I imagine. Maybe it's Friday, maybe it's another rebuild on Thursday. I don't know. But be on the lookout for all that stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know who you'd like to see rebuilt next. And where did we go wrong, if anywhere? I think the only way we really went wrong is sticking with that offensive scheme. But it's kind of the whole point of the rebuild. We got a Super Bowl in year 2. Didn't win it, but we got to one. Had some success. Got all the way to the championship round again. I mean, we almost did it with that scheme. Either we just got unlucky or that scheme really does drag us down that much. Either way, I don't hate what happened. If every rebuild was a Super Bowl win, they would all be boring. I'll be blunt. Personally, that's my thoughts. I don't know what you guys think. But either way, again, appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video,